Hello, Four Rivers. This is Jared Rivers again, and I wanted to thank you so much for allowing me to continue to present data enterprise solutions to this company. In this selection, and hopefully you've read the paper by now, but in these slides, we'll be discussing dimensional modeling. Now, dimensional modeling is going to take a lot of what we discussed in the first thing, just the collection of data, where we're storing it, and this is going to be a way of storing it and presenting it in a way to be analyzed and looked at in some pretty fast and interesting ways. So, 4 or unofficial 5 steps to dimensional modeling. The first one is going to be selecting the business process, which is kind of the why of why we're doing everything. And so with the case of Four Rivers, we are going to be looking at retail, or specifically retail sales. That includes store location, item sales, item count, what type of tender was used, and everything that is involved and kind of touched within Four Rivers in terms of a transaction. Then we'll declare the gain. The gain is how granular we're going to get with everything. So we'll be looking at, for example, store sales, but not even just store sales within that store. We'll be looking at all store sales. That means when the sale happened, what type of credit card was used, what was sold on the ticket, how much of it was sold, and everything like that. So the dimensions, I clicked something and I thought it had exploded. The dimensions are the nouns associated with everything, kind of the subcategories within this. So sales has a bunch of numbers in it, but on top of that, it's going to be just sales. And so stores, store locations are going to be a dimension. The tender used are going to be a dimension. The cash is going to be used a dimension. Everything that we can kind of say outside of a number, not an adjective, a noun, will be used as a dimension. And identify is going to be how we're going to be presenting all of this going around. And it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then the unofficial one is building the schema, which is how the data is going to be displayed and kind of organized within the data warehouse. So now we're going to be looking at what a potential organizational structure or table is going to look like. So this is taken from a book that is in my class. It's a great book, lots of information, but this is what a retail table or retail fact sheet is going to look like. So we have all these different categories that are feeding into one big category. So instead of looking at just product dimensions, we're going to be looking at product dimensions within the retail sales facts. It's going to be a lot faster, easier, so we're not just pulling from one separate source all the time, well, multiple different sources all at once. It's just one source, all of it's there. It's a lot faster, it's a lot quicker, it's going to be great. Now, the schema that we're going to be using, what I would like to use, is called a star schema. Star schemas, if we go back to the last page, it's that, but this is more, you can see kind of what's in each one of these. So this is, again, from that same book. I think this is a great way of doing everything. And because I'm still kind of new at this, having an example like this and following it, I feel like is going to be the best of what we can do until we get a little bit more legs underneath us, a little bit more experience, and really be able to dive into this and figure it all out.